Yes, people, we are live. Welcome to Pros Only TV. You're here with myself, Roland. We're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be doing the Inter Milan versus Napoli game. We're going to do a live watch along. Two teams, top of the table in Serie A. Napoli first, unbeaten this season. Inter in third. They're 7 points behind AC Milan and Napoli. An opportunity for Inter to actually try and get back into this title race. Because it was pulling away from them. AC Milan also lost last night as well against Fiorentina. So it's a big opportunity for them to kind of close down the gap between themselves and Napoli and Milan. So let's see what happens. But you're locked in with Pros Only TV. Myself, Roland. Let's go.
Drop a can.
Yes, people. Yes, people. If you are locked into the stream right now, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, hit that notification bell, follow the socials and all of that. But yeah, man, we're about 10 minutes from kickoff right now. I'm just waiting to see the starting lineups for both of these teams, and then we're just going to kick back, relax, enjoy this game, which I believe is going to be a very good game, obviously based on what happened last night and the result with Milan losing to Fiorentina 4-3. There's an opportunity for Inter at home to get a win, break that unbeaten record that Napoli have, and to go 4 points 4 points behind both of those teams in the race for Serie A. So this should be an exciting game. But at the same time, you can't count out Napoli. They got Victor Osimhen. He's on fire right now. Nigerian striker who came there 2 seasons ago for about 71 million pounds, 71 million euros from Lille. He's been on fire, and look, it's a big game for him to kind of continue to mark his claim as part of top strikers in Serie A. So let's see what happens there. But let's get into some comments before we move on. Big up, my guy, Baby Rage in the building. Hope you're good. He said, good morning from Miami. Good morning to you, my guy. Obviously, we couldn't do the Heat game last night. And they just won last night. I think it was, in it just against the Wizards. It looked like it was a good game, but we had to do the Ollie stuff. But yeah, we're gonna definitely do some more NBA next weekend. So make sure that you're locked in for that. But I hope you're good. I hope you're good, and a good morning to you. Big up Bradley in the building. Shout out to Rolly Roll. Times are crazy. Hey, it's treacherous in the dunya. It's treacherous in the dunya right now. But nah. Obviously, we already know what happened, the news with Ollie and all of that. If you haven't watched that show last night, I did it with Reese and Bick. We just talked about the sacking, Ollie's time at the club, and how we're moving forward. So if you haven't seen that already, go check that out. It's on the channel. Big up my guy Rich in the building, Eagle Eye Football. Make sure that you're locked in 9 p.m. tonight. Get amped. There's going to be a lot of United fans on there doing up their worst behavior, living their best life and all of that. So make sure you're locked in for that, because it's due to be a lit one. But yes, my guy, come on. Big up Brush in the building, says Popcorn Gang. Is Osimhen playing? I think he should be. Like, there's nothing to say that he hasn't. I haven't seen the lineups, but we'll see them in a quick second anyway, and then I'll let you know. Yeah, but he's looking real good. Good striker, man. Like, I'm interested. This will be the first time I've seen him play live in it. So I've seen highlights. I want to see him play live. I want to see what he's about. I'm interested to see Brozovic in midfield for Inter as well. I mean, I know I rate Brozovic a lot. Some people don't. So I'm waiting to see how he does live as well. And Baby Ray says, no, Miami lost because 7 of our players were in foul trouble, so it was dumb. I watched a little bit of the Celtics against OKC last night, and we won that game. Basically, we got to the last 30 seconds, and then Imi took all of our starting 5 out and then replaced them with like the bench players, and they nearly gave up the lead. So he had to put all of the bench players back on the bench and then brought all the first team out. It's crazy. He's done well in Europa this season too. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be interesting to see him tonight. I'm expecting a really good game between these two sides. Inter have a chance of getting within 4 points of both Milan and Napoli by winning this game. So we can at least see a free horse race in the race for Serie A anyway. At least it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because there's a few interesting contract situations with a few players with the two clubs, the two Milan clubs. Obviously, Frank Kessie, last year of his deal, potentially could be on his way. Apparently, he could be on his way to Spurs. That looks like an option for them. So we'll see what happens. There's also a situation with Brozovic too, who could also be another Spurs signing. So it's interesting times with these Serie A clubs right now. And obviously, you know what we're about to do, man. We're gonna have a good game, man. So everybody just get your popcorn, get your food, get your drinks, kick back. Let's watch this game together, because you know it's gonna be a lit one. And then we're gonna ride it right through to the end, innit? But yeah, it looks like they're back. Let's see what the lineups are saying. Players were warming up a lot on the pitch not too long ago. Looks like they're getting ready to come out. San Siro, is packed to the rafters right now. It's a big game in Serie A tonight. Man's got their masks on. It's cold over there. They got the hats on, scarves on. So you know things are due to be lit. Let's see what happens. We had a consistent 10-point lead, then committed stupid fouls. We'll learn from that game, though. Yeah, I think that the Heat are going to be well in the playoff picture this season. So there's no worries about that. But we'll try to do some more of their games next week. I'm going to have a look at the fixtures tonight, and then I'll start to schedule stuff in so that we know what we're doing for this coming week of NBA fixtures. But yeah, what are the lineups saying? I just want to see them before they kick off. So yeah, they're just showing us a table. Napoli top. 12 games played, goal difference 20, 32 points. Milan, 13 game plays, they've got 32 points, and now Inter, 25 points in third. They're level with Atalanta, who also have 25 points, but they've also played a game more than Inter, so there's an opportunity to pull away from them as well. I'm seeing Dzeko on the bench for sure for Inter. Surprised. So it looks like Lautaro is going to be up by himself. Also, I've seen Denzel Dumfries also on the bench. He doesn't look like he's playing, which is interesting. You know, Denzel Dumfries had a great Euros for Holland. Made his move from PSV over to Inter in the summer, but he's not playing tonight. So I'm a bit surprised at that. But yeah, let's just see what are we saying with this lineup. And I'm seeing Dries Mertens. He's also holding bench as well tonight, so that's interesting. It looks like he's making his way to the bench. Interesting. Let's see what happens. Big up Red Devil 11 in the building. Hope you're good, my guy. We are free, time to celebrate, bruv. Man are bringing out cigars. People were out last night, I'm sure, celebrating Ollie's sacking. If you haven't seen it already, we did the live show, me, Reese, and Bick. Go check it out. It's on the channel. It's running up numbers right now, so go check it out. I'm just seeing players coming out now. There's certain players that are just gonna take their seat on the bench. We're just waiting on the actual starting lineups to come out. Big up my guy, C in the building. CY, what you saying, my guy? You good? Score prediction. Ooh, I'm not too sure. I think Napoli. I think Napoli take this 2-1. I think it's going to be a tough game for Inter. You know, a few of their men. A few of their men are out right now. Like some of their starting lineup. I'm seeing Denzel Dumfries on the bench. I'm not understanding that. But is it an injury? I'm not sure. I think Napoli take this 2-1. I think Osimhen gets both goals. I think so. He's a man on fire right now. But we are ready. We're ready to go. Players are now coming on to the field. Insignia leading out the Napoli team. Let's see what happens. But I feel like it's a 2-1 Napoli lead. My guy Perisic is there. Seeing Koulibaly here as well. Yes, it should be a good game. And I can't wait to see what happens. It's been a minute since I've watched some Serie A football, like seriously anyway, man. It's been a minute. Like I remember the old school days. If you know, you know, Channel 4 in the UK on a Sunday, Go Lazio, all of that. James Richardson in the building as the presenter. Come on. Like if you know, you know, that those are the things that we were doing when we was younger. Serie A has kind of fallen off, but like they're trying to do something to get themselves back. You know, all the scandals hasn't really helped the league. You know, the match fixing scandals and whatnot hasn't helped the league and its status. And then obviously a lot of money in European football has kind of changed the dynamic of some of these teams and some of the great teams that we've had over the years in terms of the Milans and Inter in their heyday, and then obviously Juve. They've kind of fallen off over the last 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? So now what we're seeing is we're seeing a bit of a drop off in the league, you know, and it's about trying to find the I feel like they're gonna have to kind of lean on younger players, kind of building up the status of the league again, just like how we've seen with the Bundesliga, how we've seen with Portugal, how we've seen with France too. Like the younger players are gonna have to kind of uphold the league. Yeah, we're seeing the managers now, Inzaghi. We're seeing Inzaghi there. So yeah, look, they're getting ready now. I'm seeing man like Damian in the building there as well, bro. What's going on? See Brozovic, Latoro, Martinez as well. But yeah, these guys look ready. Bastoni as well. I'm seeing him there too. We getting ready for this. But yeah, Serie A was elite. It was elite back in the day. It's not the same anymore, but we still get some enjoyable games like we got tonight. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens tonight. They're getting themselves ready right now. Captains exchanging their pleasantries. Handanovic, captain for Inter, and Insigne for Napoli. They've picked their sides. Bro, Handanovic is a monster compared to Insigne. But yeah, should be good. Ready for a good one. Seeing a 1-1 draw. Yeah, could be as well, man. You hit that on the Aka Golden State too. Come on, my guy. You did it. All right. So Inter, Handanovic in goal, Bastoni, Rankocia, Skriniar, Perisic, Kalanoglu, Brozovic, Barella, Darmian, and then up front is Correa and Martinez. On the bench, we've got Edin Dzeko, Kolarov. I haven't seen him in a while. Toro Vidal. Spalletti, coach for Napoli. He's put Ospina, if you remember him, Di Lorenzi, Rahamini, Koulibaly, Mario Rui, Zelensky, Fabio Ruiz, and then Guizo in midfield. Then Hervin Lozano, Insignia, and then Victor Osimhen up front. Boy, this looks like it's going to be a good game. Inter playing with the three at the back as they usually do, or they have been for the last few seasons. Simone Inzaghi, you know, under pressure as the Inter coach to try and deliver the defending champions. Luciano Spalletti, a stalwart as a coach in Serie A, been with several teams in the league at Napoli now. Also under pressure to deliver them their first league title in God knows how long, I think since the 80s. So, you know, there's an opportunity here for them to do it as well, with Juve out of the picture, really. So we've kicked off now. And let's see. Let's see what we can do. I'm ready for this, man. This is going to be an interesting game. Boy, let's see. Let's see what Inter can do. Can they get this win? Can they get this win? And let's see if they can get this win, man, because they need it. They need it to just to bring back to get closer to the top two. They need to bring it down to 4 points. They're 7 points off top right now. So this is a big pressure game for them. They got to try and win this. But I don't know, man. I feel like Napoli might have a little bit too much for them. Let's see. Nice switch of play to Darmian. Koulibaly covers, but he made a mistake. He recovers again. Gets fouled. Gets fouled there. And he gets fouled again by Latoro. Just getting too tight with man. He's falling over. Real Madrid were my last leg winning 4-1 against Granada. Karen, Vinny, and Modric are too elite. Come on. Yeah, Spalletti is top. He's a top gaffer in Serie A. In terms of Italian football, yeah, he is. And yeah, Osimhen, yeah, he's big baller. I'm telling you, he's still got a big way to go as well, man. He's gonna do really well for Napoli, and then we'll see what the future holds for him in terms of the rest of his career. Both teams feeling each other out into just trying to get their players on the ball, just trying to set up their system, trying to get the fullbacks high and wide, the wing backs high and wide. Sorry, I'm surprised Denzel Dumfries is not starting for Inter. The energy that he has going on that right hand side. Koulibaly has been in the thick of it, in the wars. Him mixing it up with Lautaro Martinez again, fouled him. What my footballing journey, boy. I mean, where does it start, man? It starts off primary school, play for my school teams. I also had the opportunity to train with a Brazilian coach whose name's Carlos Alberto, but it's not the Carlos Alberto that we think. not the 1970 I think it's 1970 World Cup winning captain. It's not him. It was another Brazilian guy, and basically he was part of this Nike FC training. I think I still got I've got this like this wallet here where basically it was Nike FC. They came to our school, and basically we were just there doing like some training, and basically this is old, by the way. You can just see how old this wallet is. Yeah, but like we used to get these kind of like every week we would learn new skills, and so like you get a card, and then like, we just had R9 on it, and it was just kind of like showing us a breakdown of the skills, so you can see how to do step overs and whatnot. And so we were just doing like a lot of like 5-a-side games, just holding our skills basically, and obviously playing football with your friends after school. You're trying new things, trying new tricks, and then obviously being part of the school team. And doing pretty well there. Then went to secondary school and just going through those school teams. And then was playing a bit of what was it? It was like non-league up until about 18, 19 years old, just for various clubs. And my last stint was when I was at uni in Birmingham. I was playing for Highgate United and FC in the Midlands Premier Division, which was like probably 2 levels down from like the Conference North or something like that. So it was pretty good. I mean, I mean, like I wanted to. I mean, I felt like at a certain point in time I did want to go pro, like and work hard for it. But then I just kind of had a discussion with my dad specifically, and we were just kind of talking about it, and he was just like, basically, most footballers they have a bit of a, what do you call it? They don't really have their career in their own hands. Like it's always in the hands of somebody else. And you've seen the stories of a lot of young players when they don't make it, then life kind of goes south for them, innit? So I feel like I made a good choice anyway. Like, I mean, life is what it is, innit? Like you can enjoy it however you can, innit? So, but I had time. I had good time. Like playing football. Like I enjoy the sport, love the game, like watch as much football. I mean, like a lot of football I've watched was I used to watch a lot of La Liga when it was on Sky when I was younger. I used to watch it every Sunday with my dad. And those are good memories, man. Just watching all these like classic teams, the Valencia teams in the early 2000s. Obviously, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Watching Ronaldinho like scoring hat tricks at at the Bernabeu and all that stuff. So like, I've seen it. I've seen a lot of football, man. I've watched a lot of football, and then obviously the whole United connection through my dad going to OT for the first time in '96, been to a few away days, like, and as much as I could go to, being at OT a couple of times as well, like to watch a few games. You know how it is being in London and all that. But yeah, football journeys is like pretty extensive. Non-league, I had a lot of fun playing non-league. Some good teams, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Do you think Spurs will get their first Premier League win under Conte facing Bielsa right now? I think they will. I think they win today. Problem is that I've said this though. I feel like Conte will struggle at Spurs, but not specifically because he's a bad manager. I feel like Spurs aren't run in the right way. They're very much focused on commercials, like being run as a commercial entity right now, and they're going to clash heads with Conte, and Conte's not going to like it. He's going to change some things. There'll be a slight level of improvement, but he's not going to turn them into title contenders or anything like that. and Guisa got fouled there. I feel like the referee just let that go. But yeah, I feel like he might. He'll get his first win today, obviously, because it's Leeds. They've been struggling this season, and obviously they play too open as well. So Conte will find a way to win today. But what that bodes well for them for the rest of the season, I don't know. Like I feel like he's gonna struggle. Not because he's a bad manager, bad coach, or anything like that. I feel like the constraints surrounding him at Spurs will cause him to struggle. So it is what it is. Um, both of these kids, yeah, no, I like the Napoli kit. I saw they've got a few because obviously they got was that Maradona like on the kit, yeah, which I like. I like that. Um, and then yeah, the Inter kit. I got one. I got the other one. I got the away kit this season. I thought that kit was cold to be fair, but yeah, I feel like all the kits that I've been seeing from these guys this season have been pretty good. I feel like Napoli have got like 4 or 5 different kits. They had a Halloween version I saw as well, which I thought was good. I liked it. The little spider web and all of that, like some limited edition thing. So it's nice. But yeah, I mean, this start has been interesting. Napoli are pressing high. They do not want them to play at all, and like you can see, Oshimen is just like urging people to just press them high, which is what you do when you've got a 3 at the back system. You have to press high. Just be careful on the counter because they got the wing back and the extra man. Ooh, the cross wasn't great. Cross wasn't great, but yeah, this is Napoli team are pressing high. Spalletti has instructed them to press the guys on the ball when they have it, especially the 3 centre halves. Yeah, Perisic put a ball in to Laturo just over the bar. So, even you're right, it's not in our hands most of the time. Yeah, it's the truth. Sometimes it's not in our hands. Like I feel like to play pro, there's a lot of sacrifices, not only for you, the individual that may be going pro, but also your family too. Certain people's families didn't have the time to take you from training session to training session or to trials or whatnot. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Um, I'm trying to think if I've got. I feel like I've got maybe a couple of friends that went pro. I don't know where they are right now, but yeah, it's interesting. Real interesting. But yes, it's still 0-0. 10 minutes gone. Yeah, Oshiman's fouled. Ooh, I think he fouled Skriniar. Yeah, he's fouled Skriniar just there, and he's been booked as well. Yes, come on, my guy Paul. Go listen to My Football Heroes podcast on Spotify. Cancel BT. So you need a detailed commentary. Okay, we're gonna have to do this pretty detailed. Yeah, Victor Osimhen just fouled Skriniar. High press from Napoli. They are pressing high. I'm surprised, to be honest. I never knew that Spalletti was gonna do this. 3 centre halves are spreading out, trying to play the ball out from the back, but they are struggling right now in the press. They are struggling right now with this press. They've given the ball away. They've gotten it back. Here's Insignia right now trying to press. Damian is now finally gotten out of that. Tried to beat that. Yeah, he's been fouled. No. Play on. No, he's been fouled. Interesting. This should be a good game. I'm very surprised Denzel Dumfries has not started this game though. That energy that he provides on that right hand side as the wing back would be definitely needed. But they've gone Damian instead. So we'll have to see. Damian, an experienced head in Italian football, probably trusted in a big game like this, to be fair. But Napoli knocking the ball around really well. And there's Osimhen in the box right now. He's tried to volley it. Probably wasn't the best option. Should have laid it off. And there's another foul. Well, is it offside or is it a foul? Yeah, that was accidental. That was accidental on Ranocchia. But yeah, let's see. What are we saying? What are we saying? Probably, man. I feel like he will be, but to be honest with you, you know what? I feel like he's locking himself in this Napoli situation. He can perform really well, but he can't go anywhere. Like we've seen it with Koulibaly over the last few years, where there was a lot of rumors surrounding whether he was going to leave. He was being classed as one of the top centre backs in the world, and he got priced out of a move to Liverpool, United, and all of that because they were quoting 100 million. So De Laurentiis, the president, he's very notorious for putting these like large price tags on the players, on their top players. And so we've seen a lot of their players kind of like, not leave. Even if you remember Hamsik, I forget where he's from. I think he's from Slovakia. I think he's Slovakian. Um, he was a top player, number 10, if you remember him. I feel like he's still at the club now, but he's no longer really involved like that, to be fair. He's been at the club for a long time. There was a period of time where he was one of their top players and he didn't end up making a move to one of the top clubs in Italy and maybe in European football. So it, you know, Osimhen's going to be the next to blow for sure. He's going to be the next name, but I feel like this is it for him. Napoli paid a lot of money to take him from Lille, and of course he can go to any club if he can stay fit, stay consistent, and continue to grow as a player. He could probably go anywhere, but he's probably going to have to be a thing where he runs down his contract um, at Napoli so that he can make a move somewhere when he's like in his approaching his prime, in like 26 years old, 27. So it's going to be interesting because like if he went there for 71 million euros or whatever it was, imagine what he'll be worth if he can continue the trajectory he's on. Like he'll be worth over 100. Do you know what I mean? And some people may not be willing to part with that kind of money. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's wait and see on that. But yeah, I definitely agree. The talent is there. Just he needs to have the consistency. He needs to grow. Maybe vary his game a little bit more, and we'll see another top striker come through again. Big up my guy Chino. I hope you're good. Ain't seen you in a minute. It's been a minute, I know. Hope you're good. Your Heat are doing pretty well in the Eastern Conference. Didn't win last night, but we move. Brozovic on the ball, crossed the ball in, headed out by Koulibaly. Kalinoglu tried to volley it, but I feel like there's an offside. Is there an offside? I think there was an offside there by Correa. I think he was off. And I think, yeah, Skriniar was offside, but he wasn't interfering in the play, so I don't understand. They sold that game last night. 18-2 run. We can't give up stuff like that. But apparently, it wasn't your full strength team. It wasn't the first team. There's a few bench players. You're resting some guys. That can happen. That can happen as well. I mean, my Celtics got back-to-back wins last night. We beat OKC, so we've got 9-8 run this season. So we're back on the winning. We're back on the winning hot streak again. Let's see how long it can go for. 15 minutes gone, still 0-0. Only one major chance really for in this game. Inter cross from Perisic into Lautaro Martinez. He heads just over the bar. So let's see what he can do. I mean, Perisic is my guy. I love what he can do on the pitch, man. He's just a very efficient footballer. Darmian now driving towards the box, takes a shot, just goes wide. Probably wasn't the option. Probably wasn't the best option there. Tatum got 32 points last night or something like that. Like he's not in a slump. That's like he's back. He's ready. He's ready. Barella, my favorite player on Inter. I wish we had him. Had a midfield like him. Yeah, man. But you know who I was interested in. You know when we were talking about getting the DM in the summer for United, Brozovic was the guy I was looking at. Now people don't rate him, but I just feel like what he does is real underrated. Like he's a very, very like decisive footballer in terms of the passes he picks, and he can screen that back four comfortably. He's a playmaker from deep as well, like which is what I feel like we need. Insignia now on the breakaway. He gives the ball. Shot, go! Come on. Woo! That was nice. Insignia just played that ball in. Just laid it off, and it was a good shot from Zielinski. And he puts it into the back of the net. Come on. This is what I want to see. On the breakaway, as I said, they've broken away. Insignia had to just wait, pick a pass, wasn't on, and then boom, into Zielinski. Whew. Was there a foul though in the build-up? Was there a foul in the build-up though? Insignia lays it off to Zielinski, and boom, just hits that. Just laced it into the net, past Handanovic. Probably could have done a little bit better there, to be fair. I mean, it was swerving away from him, but yeah, he didn't adjust his feet well enough, I don't think. And it's gone behind him. 17 minutes gone. Napoli lead 1-0. Inter do need to wake up. Golazo. The Polish De Bruyne. Yeah, this. As I said, this due to be a good game. This due to be a good game. Barella is getting fouled left, right, and center. He did foul. It looked like he was fouled in the build-up there as well. Referee let it go. Good goal from Napoli. Very good goal on the breakaway. San Siro is stunned right now. But Inter got a free kick. Kalanoglu has lining this one up. Trying to cross it into the box. Let's see. See if he gets a good delivery in. Good ball. Ooh. Who just missed that? Skriniar. I feel like it was taken away from him with the touch. Let's just have a look again on the replay. Ooh, yeah, he got a touch on it. Just couldn't direct it into the net. It was like a glancing touch as opposed to him getting a full contact on it. And they win the ball back. Correa. Good work from him there. Brozovic on the ball now. Watch Brozovic. Doesn't he makes the right decision on the ball all the time, pretty much. Doesn't really give it away. He wants to start the attacks. He picks it up off the centre half and he wants to start the attacks, which I'm surprised at. Inter are playing three at the back, so he doesn't really need to do that. But that's a good ball. Can Correa get there? No. Koulibaly just gets in front of him and he clears the danger. But Inter have it back again. Also, I want to see a bit more of Hervin Lozano as well, the Mexican winger who came from PSV. Was it probably about 4 seasons ago? I think he's had about 4 seasons at Napoli now. He was highly rated. Ooh, good turn, and there's Lautaro now. Is he fouled? No. Lautaro Martinez is on the floor right now. Into thinking he's fouled. But ref said play on. Martinez is back on his feet. Inter win the ball back. Skriniar on the ball now. Passes it back to Handanovic, who lays it back off. Oh, the press from Napoli is Lozano nearly caught somebody out there. Ranocchio. Hey. Koulibaly. I think there was a point in time where we looked at him as probably top 3 centre halves in world football. If we were going to go through a list, it would have been Van Dijk, and then I don't remember who it was at the time. But Koulibaly was in there top 3, or if we're going to go top 5, let's say top 5. there was rumors of him getting a move to one of the top clubs, but was priced out by, as I said, by De Laurentiis. So we have to just wait and see on that. But I feel like he is a good defender in terms of his fundamentals. Positioning is always pretty much very good. He intercepts. He just intercepted there again. He's strong, of course. Like we know our defenders to be. So I feel like he's where, how old is he now? Is he 28, 29 now? 30 now. Like, he's in the prime of his career, and I feel like he's had a good career for Napoli, that he's in the time he's been there anyway. And yeah, like he's I don't think he's part of the top 5 centre halves. Well, he could still be. He could still be if we go through a list. But here's Damian now. Lays the ball off. Oh, is it handball? Is it handball? No, it's not. Thought it was going to be a handball call on Koulibaly, but not. It's becoming a very competitive game again. Inter need this win. Yeah, he's 29 years old. Yeah, so he's in the prime of his career. VAR checking a possible penalty. The ref said no. Interplay surrounding him right now. He looked handball to me just off the initial. But let's see. Let's see. Damian gets the ball in it. Ooh, it looks handball to me. Oh, this is it. Yeah, it's got to be a pen. Barella just hit a shot. Damian lays it off. Barella hits the shot. Boom, and then his hands are outside. They're not like tight to his body. So can they give it? It's VAR checking it. Oh, I think the check is done. Inzaghi is remonstrating with the ref, and he's being booked. Yeah, he's been booked. He's been booked. Oh, is he going to check it or not? Yeah, he's going to check the screen. I thought that the decision wasn't made. Oh, he's giving it. It looks like he's giving the penalty, and he's going to book Koulibaly as well. Bit of drama. A bit of drama. Koulibaly's been booked for handball and a penalty to Inter. Simone Inzaghi, I don't know what he was doing, but I don't know why he was remonstrating with the ref. Like they were still waiting to make the decision. Simone Inzaghi's been booked. Koulibaly's arm was way outside from what I saw. Obviously, it would have been difficult for him to react because they were very close, but you got to have your hands to your side. So it's a penalty. It's a penalty right now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens now. Spalletti is fuming inside. You can tell he's not happy about this at all. Penalty to Inter. Can they get themselves back into this game? Can you say it's deserved? I don't know. I mean, Napoli were doing their thing, but Inter have got a chance to get back into the game. Calhanoglu lining this one up. And can Inter get this? Get an equalizer. This is a good game. It's heating up right now. It's heating up right now. Let's see. Calhanoglu. Can he score? And he scores. He rolls it into the corner of the net. 1-1 between Inter. Calhanoglu with the equalizer against Napoli. He's geeing the fans up. There's an opportunity now for a good. There's 25 goals in Serie A in his time in Serie A. Look. At the end of the day, this is interesting. This sets the game up again. Yeah, Inzaghi violating. But yeah, just looking at that decision for handball, Damian lays it off. Barella into the hands of Koulibaly. He gets booked as well. There's a danger that he could get sent off, and the Napoli players weren't happy with that decision at all. But VAR is there for a reason, and this is what it's there for. If the referee makes a mistake, it's time to correct it. Di Lorenzo on the floor. It was just a bit of a clash of heads with. I think it was with Perisic. Damian on the ball on the right hand side, flicks it into Calhanoglu. Oof, Koulibaly blocks it out for a corner. It's going to be interesting. Damian's been very involved on that right-hand side. He's gotten forward a lot. He's been involved in everything that Inter have been trying to do on an attack in an attacking sense. Calhanoglu with the corner now. The big man up from the back, Skriniar. Ranocchia as well. Oof. Koulibaly involved again. Clears his lines. Brozovic tried to put it back in. And into the keeper's hands. Spalletti on the touchline, just giving some encouragement. Barella pressing now. Inter doing their fair share of pressing right now, and they've won the ball back. Oh, it's a throw-in. It's a throw-in. Once a red, always a red, Matteo. He was done dirty with us. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a few players throughout the time being at United, they were kind of done dirty by the club in the way, and the managers that came in and wanted to get rid of them and whatnot. I think Darmian was a victim of that. I feel like he may not have been maybe a starting fullback for us, but he definitely could have done a job for us, like as a rotational player, a squad player. He's won a Serie A title. You can't take that away from him as well. So, but he's definitely done some good work in this game, and here he is on the ball again. There's Barella. There's Correa now. Back to Barella. Koulibaly facing him up. He needs to be careful. Damian crosses the ball in. Oof. They clear it. Napoli clear. Precious telling. Brozovic with the throw in. Into Skriniar. There's Ranocchia. And it's back to Handanovic. As they reset. I've not seen much of Osimhen since the start of the game. Simeone is fuming. Needs them to play the ball and keep it. Can't be giving away the ball like they're doing. They're saying play on. That was accidental between Osimhen and Calhanoglu. I just think the ball ran away from him, and they just clashed. I don't think it was intentional at all. I feel like Calhanoglu was coming in there as well. We need to get a workhorse like Anguissa to replace McTominay. Then our new manager's job will be very easy. Squad is there to succeed. Yeah, I think even with that, you've got a workhorse there in Fred. To be honest with you, like some of the good things that we've seen Fred do, we've seen him do it. It's just we need to have the correct setup with the right personnel to be able to see some of these players really succeed. I think if you played a formation that could facilitate a Fred, a Van der Beek, and Bruno, where there's clear instructions, for example, for each of those players so they know what they're doing, then at that point, you'll see the best out of all three of those players with the different attributes that they offer. You've got a workhorse in Fred, then you've got Van der Beek with the quality on the ball. He can play from deep. He'll keep the ball. He also can get himself put himself about, get a tackle in. We've seen that as well. And then you've got Bruno, who what he can do in terms of when he's on form, and when he does the simplest thing right, you can score goals and get assists as well. There's Correa on the ball, poor cross. We need more than one McTominay. I like Fred. He gets unfair stick in my opinion. Just watching from Brazil, and you see his class in the World Cup side, and yeah, that's what it is. It's just about coach. It's just about coaching as well. There needs to be a level of coaching that helps these players to succeed. It can't just be the players go out there and do what they need to do, because then you're going to end up with players not making the right decisions. So, I'm waiting to see what happens in terms of this whole coaching, this whole managerial replacement situation. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's see. And we see Lozano on the ball now. Bastoni with him. Spurs losing, by the way. Guess who backed? Who scored for Leeds? No, Dan James. Don't tell me Dan James scored for Leeds. No way, bro. No way. Ollie gets sacked and everybody turns into a nah. Hey, Conte's gonna struggle. Conte is going to struggle at Spurs, and it's not because he's a bad coach. I just think that he's gone in there to go and collect a paycheck. Daniel Levy and Spurs board, they're not looking to become the best team in the country. It's a long-term project that needs commitment to it. And so they need to spend a stupid amount of money just to even compete, which they won't. So Conte's just gone in there for a short period of time, and he's going to struggle, in my opinion. But some people will think otherwise. Here's Di Lorenzo now. Passes the ball into Anguissa. Anguissa was at Fulham last season, if people do remember. And he's got himself to Napoli. Crazy, crazy, crazy move. Yeah, it's a lot different, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is why I didn't overreact too much when I heard Conte was going to Spurs. If he came to United, I'd be talking differently. I'd say yes, he can win. He could potentially win a league. He'll win a Champions League or or FA Cup or something. If he came to United, because there's not too many things in regards to the team that he needs to fix. When you look at Spurs, they got that situation with Harry Kane. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there. It's going to be difficult to get the kind of money that Spurs are looking for him. So they're going to have to be very, very be very, very interesting to see how they navigate in the transfer market, because they don't shop in the same market as United, City, and Chelsea. So when you look at that, you're saying to yourself, okay, Conte's gone in there, good manager, of course, a winner, of course, but with that Spurs team, he's got a lot of Osimhen. Ooh, there was a chance there for Victor Osimhen. Just a good cross from Hervin Lozano. Ooh, nice from Zielinski. Ooh, that was a nice little reverse ball from Zielinski into Di Lorenzo, but he couldn't make the most out of the chance. There's a foul on Correa. But yeah, I think Conte will struggle at Spurs. Not necessarily his fault. That was a foul. But I still think Spurs will probably win this game today. Oof. Chance for Lautaro Martinez. Just on the half turn. Hits it. Just goes wide. Good play. Just passed the ball into feet from Perisic. He spins and then just goes just wide from Lautaro Martinez. I think it's a very interesting situation with Lautaro Martinez and Spurs, though. I think the Conte connection, the fact that Inter need money, the fact that Harry Kane needs to leave, there could be something interesting in there. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, let's see. Antonio should have just been patient. Still blaming the incompetent board, of course. And yeah, apparently Napoli want to make the deal permanent in January for like 20 million. Yeah, it's low. And it's good for him. He wanted to go Championship football and all of that, but he didn't want to play Championship football for him. Even though they're doing pretty well in the Championship, they could come back up to the Prem. But let's see. I think that is it a foul? Is he going to get up? No, it's not a foul. But even Brozovic, he even stood on Brozovic's leg. Yeah, this was the Lozano cross into Osimhen and then blocked by Skriniar. it would have been on target for sure. No, yeah, he did. He signed a new deal, but I just look at that situation. I find it very interesting because you know they do need the money. That could have that new contract also protects his value. Darmian now, oof, Koulibaly just gets ahead of him and clears the ball out for a throw in. Yeah, I just look at that situation with Lautaro Martinez, and I just say to myself, you got Harry Kane who wants to leave. He won't have the pick of clubs he wants, but in my opinion, just because of the price tag, could they do a swap deal between those two players? I don't know. Like, it'd be interesting. I mean, I feel like if anything, Spurs would probably go for Vlahovic um, from Fiorentina. Um, so I don't know, man. It's an interesting scenario, man. And obviously, Conte, the Conte connection and the ability for him to attract certain players as well. I don't know. It's just an interesting one to look at. Here's Martinez now. Another corner for Inter. The owners were forced to tie him down and Barella after. Yeah, it's true. Um, Lukaku and Ashraf already made him a lot of money. Yeah, they did. What was that? It's 90 million for Lukaku and then what 60 million for Hakim. It's a lot of money. Depends on what debts they were servicing. To be fair, um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. The fan base will go mad if they offer another key player. I have a mate who's Inter fan and he was fuming this summer. Yeah, I can understand that. Some of their top players leaving, even their coach leaving because of the money troubles too. The fact that he couldn't get some more in the transfer window. Yeah. Insignia now. Cuts inside, switches play. Into Anguissa. He's got a lot of space there. Hervin Lozano now. Gets past one. Cross. Osimhen. Ooh, just over. He thought he was a corner. Thought it was deflected out for a corner, but let's have a look at the replay. Good play from Lozano. Just gets past his man. Stands it up. And I think he got sat down Perisic. Good cross. And I think it did come off of Osimhen last. So here's where it is. There's Damian now. Brozovic, good ball out to Perisic. Two Croatians linking up. That was a poor ball into Correa. I don't know who passed that ball, but it was poor. Yeah, Bastoni. The poor ball into Correa there. Napoli throw. There's Di Lorenzo now. Gives the ball away. Here's Martinez. Gets away from one. He loses the ball. There's Lozano. Fouled by Kalanoglu. And he's booked as well. This referee is card trigger happy. He's not allowing the game to flow. I feel like, yes, it was a foul. Nice. You know what? Not been following Nice. I know Nice had a change of ownership very quite recently, maybe 3 years ago now. And yeah, I mean, in terms of some of their players, I couldn't name you any of the players on their side, to be honest with you. I'm sure um, Vieira used to be their manager at some point. Um, Also, John Michael Seri used to play for them, I believe, at some point before he moved to England to Fulham. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't know much about Nice as a side in France. To be fair, the sides I know of, I know the history of Lyon, specifically their recent history, last 10, 15 years. I know Marseille's history, of course. Obviously PSG, we know about PSG. Lille as well, their history too. I know a little bit about them. Saint Etienne as well. There's Perisic. Kalinoglu back to Perisic. It's just too much on the ball there. There's too much. And then there's a foul on Di Lorenzo. Oh, so that was who you're referring to yesterday, Gautier, who won the Lille. Oh, so he was the one that won the league previously. Okay, as in last season, he won the league with Lille, and then he moved to Nice in the summer. Okay, you can get for 10-15 max. Thing about it is, bro. Ooh, Barella. Ooh, that was a shot from Barella. Parried away by Ospina. And a bit of a tame shot back in from, I believe it was Martinez. There's Anguissa now. He's one of the most slept on managers in the world. Yeah. There's Barella now. Correa deflected for a corner. Big up Realist United in the building. He says Spurs 1, Leeds 1. Yeah, I think Spurs will win tonight. Hard fought win, but they'll win. Leeds are under pressure, serious pressure. But let's not get it twisted, man. I told you, man, already. Conte will struggle at Spurs, not because he's a bad manager, just because of the constraints. Corner to Inter, Kalinoglu to take. Fires it in. Ooh, is it a goal? Is it a goal from Perisic? Yes, it's a goal. It's a goal from Perisic. The goal line technology says it's a goal. I thought it was a poor corner from Kalinoglu into Perisic. It was near post. He flicks it in. It goes over the line. It looked over the line for me, and the ref gave it. 2-1 to Inter Milan. Perisic with the second goal for Inter. They've turned it around. But let's have a look at the replay again. Perisic gets in front of his man. I think it was Anguissa. And yeah, goes right behind the line. I mean, to be honest with you, whose fault is that? It's got to be the keeper. He's the one, he has to be watching the flight of the ball. He was just too slow to react. I mean, maybe if there was a man on the post, I think if there was a man on the post, it could have prevented it. But I mean, this is what it is. This is football. Got to be alert at all points. And who's the person that ducked? I think who was that? Was that Zielinski who ducked there? Like, if he just stood up a bit, if he stood tall, he probably wouldn't have got past him. Perisic's quick thinking, got in front of his man. They're saying possible offside. VAR, they're checking. Check over, I believe, because they're playing off. Yeah, check over. Wait. Yep, check over. They're playing on. 2-1 to Inter. Perisic for the second. Anguissa now. Brozovic. 1 minute of added time left in this first half. Inter taking the lead just before half time. A big blow to Napoli. Darmian, the ball to Barella. Overlap is there. Into Darmian. Koulibaly did on the chase. Gets in front of him. Here's Martinez with the ball. Ooh. Yeah, he's been fouled. Yep, he's fouled him. Good play from Darmian and Barella on that right-hand side. They've linked up well in this first half. It's looking real good. That was out of nowhere. Napoli stunned. Of course, they've been stunned. Inter have come back into this game since we have not seen much of Napoli. Spalletti hasn't really, I feel like they were pressing high in the first 10 minutes, and that press is gone. And that is it. It's half time. 2-1 to Inter. Kalinoglu and Perisic with the 2 goals after Zielinski gave Napoli the lead. Boy, it's been an interesting first half, a very scrappy game. It's been a good game. I can't even lie. Like, I picked a good one again. I feel like on this channel we have to be selective. We pick the right games. Picked another good game right now. Goal line technology gives that second goal to Inter from the Perisic header. Napoli struggling right now. Their unbeaten run looks under threat. Can they salvage a result in this second half? Wait and see. But guys, let me know how you thought the first half was. I've enjoyed it. First Italian game I've watched live in quite some time. And I don't know what people are saying, man. It's pretty exciting. Obviously, last night you obviously saw the 4-3 result for Fiorentina against Milan. And now Inter leading the league leaders, Napoli, by 2-1. Goals from Kalanoglu and Perisic to kind of take the lead after the opener from Zielinski for Napoli. So yeah, guys, it's been a good game so far, and let's see what the second half has to hold. My mates are twins rolling. One is a Napoli fan, the other one's Inter. Kind of mad. That is pretty mad. Just got a notification from BR Football, by the way. Spurs look like Ollie Ball for a second. Second half, it's like prime by. So wait, they're second half right now. The second half right now. Let me just have a look. Let me see what the score is. Let me just see how long. I feel like they've got what, half an hour left in that game against Leeds. I don't live too far away from the Tottenham Stadium, by the way. I don't live too far away. Like, I'm like 15 minutes away. So you see all that stuff going on. Yeah, it's about half an hour left. Spurs will probably win this game, to be honest with you. That's what I feel like. Apparently, Ollie was crying in his farewell interview. That's how he felt. That's how he felt when he was here. He was having a laugh. Leeds can't get out of their half, boy. I think Leeds are burnt out. If you know, you know. Bielsa, generally his teams have like a 2-year cycle where they do really well generally, and then in the third season everything comes crashing down and he leaves the club. I feel like that's going to happen again for Leeds, for Bielsa and Leeds this time around. They'll sack him before it gets really bad. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, he like, to be fair to Leeds, you know, they're very lucky to have a manager of his particular caliber. Of course, he's had a very sporadic career. You know, he was Argentina manager. Um, he was manager of Athletic Bilbao, Marseille. He's been all over the place. Bielsa, so it's pretty interesting. But he only have one way of playing. He only has one way of playing. So there's no way. And that's what they get for singing Ollie at the wheel. Yeah, it's literally burnt out. I mean, that style of play that he has is very intense. The training is very intense as well. You have to train hard to be able to. You have to have the energy levels to be able to play that style. And I feel like it becomes very mentally taxing as well for players, because it's not just a run and press kind of thing. It's you press in moments. You know, you press in waves. You need to know when to press, where to press, the right time to press. And so it's very taxing on a mental side. So the players are burnt out, and obviously a lot of their players, they're not like top level players that can retain this information, keep that high standard. A lot of their ballers are championship ballers, so like, you know, that's where they're going to struggle really, like, you know, just because they don't have they can't retain that level. And so I feel like, yeah, the cycle for Leeds and Bielsa is done, and if they're not careful, they'll go back down. So they may need to make a change. And Leeds owners, they're pretty ruthless. They've been lucky with Bielsa to be able to have a manager that's be able to bring them up to the top flight for the first time in, I don't know how many. When was the last time that Leeds were in the Premier League? 2003, I think it was 2003, 2004. So it's pretty interesting that, you know, he was able to do that and bring them up, but they don't want to go back down to the Championship. It's not a good look. Leeds are they're a kind of major city in the UK. They're a one club city too. So Premier League football is a big boost for their whole city. So the owners know this and the pressure is there. So they if it gets too bad, they may have to get rid of Bielsa to just make sure they stay in the league. But we have to wait and see. They may win this game. I'm talking a bit too prematurely. It's about half an hour to go over there. Leeds need to change their style. I mean, I agree with Red Devil 11. I don't think it will happen under Bielsa. Though if they're going to change their style, you have to be a completely different manager. It's going to be interesting to see how that works. They may have to just go with a similar style of manager, though. To be honest with you, they can't really just like switch from one extreme to another one, because otherwise they'll be stuck. Do you know what I mean? they're gonna have to get someone kind of similar to kind of just take over and make sure that they just stay up. Um, but we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. But yes, one is 2-1 to Inter Milan at the San Siro. Kalinoglu, Perisic with the goals, Zielinski with the goal for Napoli. Been a very good game. Koulibaly was in the thick of a lot of it. They gave away the penalty that gave Kalinoglu the chance to draw into level. Boy, he's been booked. So it's going to be a tough second half for him with Inter's players driving at him, trying to get him sent off. We have to wait and see. Champions League this week, Villarreal United at 5 on Tuesday. I'm gonna see what game can I watch, because I feel like I've got the UCL show on Wednesday 10:30, but I might pick another game to watch. I might do the Chelsea Juventus game. Might do that. Might be interesting. Yeah, but they're just showing us a few halftime highlights right now. Lautaro Martinez had a chance in the first 10 minutes, heads over. United still shitting my eyes until I see a good director of football. Yeah, this is what it is, man. Like, the thing about it is realist. That's why your name is realist, bro. Because you're not doing the whole gas thing. Like, you're looking at the clearer picture, and I think the same way. It's not as simple as we get a new manager in and then we're going to start winning. It's picking the right manager, someone that's going to fit, but also making sure that that manager's equipped. If they need something, you give it to them. We've got we're struggling. We're struggling to attract somebody in right now. Like, I feel like right now they're trying to negotiate with Zidane to try and give him as much money as possible to get him in. Otherwise, I guarantee we're going to see the interim. Well, they're not interims. They may be interims depending on the outcome of this Zidane negotiations and whatnot. But I see Carrick and McKenna as the guys that are going to take it right through to the end of the season if we can't convince Zidane, because I don't feel like they're willing to pay any compensation of a large amount to bring in a Laurent Blanc. They don't want to work with Ralph Rangnick because they feel like he's just going to come and disrupt the power structure that they have at the club behind the scenes with the Glazers and the people in Richard Arnold and Ed Woodward and all that. He's if Rangnick comes in, he's going to demand that, yeah, I'll take the team over, but I'll also want to be the director of football, and I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the club will allow that. So it's going to be, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. And yeah, we have to be realistic, man. We're working with owners that don't know or care about football really, and so as a result, we're gonna see ourselves, like trying to convince the manager. I feel like if anything happens major, it happens in the summer. This season will be written off. But then there's a part of me that thinks, you know what? It's going to be interesting to see what Carrick and McKenna does without the influence of Phelan and Ollie there, because I don't know if you saw this little snippet of a story, but they said that in the summer or before the summer started, McKenna and Carrick were very, very much insistent that we needed a defensive midfield specialist to come in during the summer transfer window. But Ollie and Mike Phelan overruled them and said that we need more all-rounders in the midfield. So people that play like McTominay and Fred. So because we had a McTominay and Fred all-round type of midfielder, they ruled them out. So there must have been a clash between those two generations of coaching, because you've got a more modern in Carrick and McKenna, and you've got an old school style in Phelan and Ollie. And I feel like their ideals always clashed. I believe so. And so it'd be interesting to see now that we have no Ollie, and I feel like they said Phelan is there, but I feel like he's going to be sacked as well. Because I feel like it's those two that the club are pushing to try and at least be a part of the club in some capacity. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But like, we have to be careful about this, because Zidane won't want to have Carrick or McKenna in and around his coaching staff. Zidane would want to have his own men. If the club are insisting that, Zidane won't take the job. Do you know what I mean? So it's a difficult situation. I don't know what's going to happen really. Ollie's gone, but the next step has to be right. It's crucial, and I feel like the club aren't going to rush in and make the decision. I don't think they will. I hope that Carrick I hope he does well. Like, because if he does well, at least that means we won't end up, outside top four, out of the Champions League, like at the group stages and whatnot. Like, as long as we can maintain just the minimum, the bare minimum, which is top four, and challenging for a major trophy, like I'll be fine with that for this season, at least. You know what I mean? But then in the summer, they have to make sure that the managerial appointment is right. That people are talking about Ten Hag, Pochettino. You have to keep an eye on, because if he doesn't do well with PSG, which I mean, if they don't win the Champions League, then it is what it is. Like it's going to be. It means that he leaves. And then you got to talk about Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers is still there. Like the option is still there, and it's like he's an easy one, because you can bring him in, British manager, this, that, and the other, and he'll take what the Glazers are telling him. If they say that you have to keep Carrick as part of your coaching stuff, he'll take him. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm still so sad. When we find out the clown is gone, Spurs are leading 2-1. Who scored? No, we won't, bro, because that shit will happen again. Zidane's wife spoken, happy wife, happy life. Look, at the end of the day, if Zidane's wife don't want to come to Manchester, that's cool. But like, the husband will move. You have to move over with him. The club can just charter a nice little private jet if she needs to go to France or Spain or all of that, like on the weekend. Yeah, just fly on your jet, man. It's calm. Do you know what I mean? Updated score prediction. Well, yeah, Inter leading right now. Ooh, this I want. It depends. It depends. I feel like Inter, they've got the momentum now, so they could go on and win this 3-1. But I would like to see Napoli come back and do a little comeback and make it 3-2, keep their unbeaten start in the building. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let's see. I feel like Inter at home, I think they could take the game to them and end it 3-1. Or it could be 3-2 to Napoli. Let's see. If Carrick don't play Donny, then I'm not sure. I'm not too sure if Carrick doesn't play Donny. I don't know what's gonna happen in it. Like, but no, I mean, like surely Carrick knows a midfielder when he sees one. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure he sees Donny as a very good midfielder. So like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I feel like players that were begging for opportunities under Oli, they will get an opportunity under Carrick and McKenna. In my opinion, I just feel like they're not gonna just go with the trusted lot. It's a new, fresh start for some of these players. I think even with these guys that were there before under Oli, I don't think that it's as stated. I feel like it's been overstated that the whole coaching staff was. I feel like they were being overruled at certain points where you've got the younger coaches in Carrick and McKenna who may want to do things a certain way, but they're being told by Phelan and Ollie that no, this is not the way we're going to do it. We're going to do it like this, and so they would have clashed. And they're not senior to those two, so they're just going to sit back and just, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting, like to see what happens, because I feel like if Carrick does come in, Donny does play, because Carrick is not that far removed from football as being a footballer, so he knows what good footballers look like. He knows. He knows that McTominay and Fred are not, as a partnership, aren't what we need in the midfield. I'm sure he knows this. I'm sure McKenna knows this as well. Like, it's I feel like it's just been overstated, some of the criticism behind those two specifically, just because they're inexperienced. They're inexperienced, fine. It is what it is. But, it is what it is. Reguilon scored. Okay. Carrick is a midfielder. He knows better. Yeah, 100%. 2-2. Should be interesting. If it's 2-2, then they keep up their unbeaten start to the season. So, but right now it looks under threat. Inter, especially down that right hand side, Barella and Darmian have been moving to them on that right hand side. But we have to wait and see. Strip slap bit of the armband. That I don't think is going to happen. I can't see that happen. I can't see that happen for the life of me. As much as we may want it, I just can't see Harry Maguire losing the captaincy, even under this new regime with Carrick and McKenna. I can't see it happen. I feel like he keeps the armband until somebody new comes in. So we'll see. Oli was a goal scorer, but still have not improved. Rashford or Greenwood. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, even with that, I feel like it's not specifically, he doesn't specifically work with the strikers. Do you know what I mean? Like he wasn't the one doing the coaching. So yeah, I get what you mean. Like sometimes it's not always guaranteed that because somebody was a good player, they know how to coach a player in a similar position they were. So yeah, I mean Greenwood, for me, that he stagnated a lot, man. Like we need to see some improvement from him, variation in his game. I have to wait and see. But the Napoli players are making their way out onto the field. Because he's not a proper manager. Yep. Napoli players making their way out onto the field now. I don't know if there's any halftime subs. Well, let's see. I mean, Napoli needs to do a little bit more. I feel like they haven't kept a lot of the ball in that first half into a dominating possession. So let's see if they can impose themselves on the game from the midfield. And Guisa was giving away a lot. He needs to be able to retain the ball a little bit more. So does Zielinski as well, in order to be able to take a march on this game, like, and move forward. But we'll see. Mason and Classwell would be elite if we had Ten Hag. Yeah, I mean, yesterday we were discussing it on the on that show that we did yesterday. Like, I feel like if Ten Hag does come in, he has a good core group of players he can work with, players that will be able to buy into the style. He won't need to buy as much as the way we were. Maybe me personally was thinking that maybe we need to overhaul properly. I feel like, yes, there'll be certain players that just couldn't survive under his type of style. People like Wan-Bissaka and McTominay and Maguire, Luke Shaw, they won't survive underneath a Ten Hag. But players like Rashford and Sancho and Greenwood and Bailly, Lindelof, Telles, Dallo, those players, they could thrive under a Donny, obviously Pogba. They could thrive under a Ten Hag, but obviously, I'm sure. I'm sure that there's going to be I'm sure that won't be happening anytime soon. I can't see United paying, as you said, Red Devil, 30 to 40 million for the release clause for Ten Hag. I just can't see the United paying it. They don't, because we don't plan ahead. The club will budget, and they wouldn't put that money aside to say we're going to go and get a manager. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. We're back underway, second half, starting Napoli on the attack. Nice reverse ball. Ooh, no penalty. It was a nice reverse ball from Insigne into Osimhen. He thought he was fouled. He went over. Referee rules it out for no foul. And now Inter on the attack now. Here's Correa running into the space. Lays it off to Lautaro Martinez. Barella now looking for some support. Here's Brozovic. Switches play into Bastoni. Bastoni with Perisic free. Perisic with a bit of freedom now on this left-hand side. Tries to get past Hervin Lozano. They switch the play again into Skriniar. And Napoli still pressing, still trying to nick the ball off of them. Here's Calhanoglu now. Bastoni. Ooh, nice from Perisic into Calhanoglu. He's got space on this left-hand side. He's going to cross the ball in. Got to pick out his right man. Ooh, he picked out Martinez, who hits it straight at the keeper, and it's gone back out. Nice little start to the game here. The second half here, sorry. He'd also revived on his career and get the best out of players like Fred. Yep, which is what we need. We need a manager to not only, play good football, but get the best out of players too. I have to wait and see on that one. Ten Hag needs a worker like Edson Alvarez on Ajax. Yeah, true. Was that a foul on Osimhen by Bastoni? You got a little nudge in the back. Maybe it's a bit, not too much contact. Shouldn't be going over like that. Let's see. It's Calhanoglu now. Into Perisic. Perisic gets past Anguissa now. crosses the ball. Oof. Here's Damian into Bastoni. Bastoni crosses the ball out from Koulibaly. And it's a throw into Inter. The game is heating up right now. Inter are taking the game to Napoli. Can they get a goal to seal this dominance off at the start of the second half? Here's Ranocchio. He's out of position right now. Perisic wins the ball back into Kalinoglu. Correa out wide. Lautaro Martinez picking up that position in between the two centre halves. Correa gives the ball away, and it's a goal kick to Napoli. They're still replaying this Osimhen foul. A little bit of space now for Napoli to play into. Here's Lozano now. Cross the ball. Ooh. Yeah, we need him to come through. He hasn't really done much in this game yet, but game's opening up right now. Here's Lozano now. It was a good cross, but nobody on the end of it the last time. Zielinski into Osimhen. Ooh, clash of heads. Serious clash of heads. Between Osimhen and Skriniar, both challenging for the ball. Oof. That was a serious clash of heads there. Both men jumping for the ball, Skriniar and Osimhen. Hopefully both players will be all right. They're both down at the moment. Edin Dzeko warming up. May have to come on to help. There's a tour of Vidal. Ten Hag can bring Ryan Gravenberch in if Pogba leaves and we'll be on fire. That's the problem is though, as much as we may look at Gravenberch as a good player, will the club, back him to bring in a player of that caliber, man? Like, like the club have been known to bring in players who may not necessarily fit the club, but they have a commercial value attached to them. That's why we've seen players over the years like Pogba come through. Like we've seen Ronaldo come through this summer. We've seen a Cavani come through. Maybe not necessarily what the manager wants. We've seen Di Maria and Falcao come through. The manager may not have wanted these players, but the club have gone out and signed those players because of other particular reasons. Like the issue I have with Ten Hag is if he comes in, is he going to get the same space and time to build what he wants, as opposed to every transfer window we'll give you one player, but then we're going to add another player that you may not want into the squad. So you're paying somebody some wages that the manager doesn't want. The manager is either forced to play or maybe not use, and it just becomes a mess. Do you know what I mean? I just want the managers to come in and be able to do what they want. %. Love Ryan's style of play. Proper pivot player, him. Bro, once you think about real football stuff, just say Man United and the prison kicks in. You're a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's like like it's hard for me to look at it from a realistic standpoint and be like, oh, we've got, like if we bring in Ten Hag, he's gonna bring this player and this style of play and all of this. Like, I just can't see that to happen. I feel like Ten Hag comes in and there's gonna be signings that he may not necessarily want being forced upon him because the club aren't great at picking the right type of players in terms of recruitment and all of that stuff to match what he needs. Yeah, Osimhen's gone off for Patanga. Clash of heads with Skriniar. He's come off worse. I feel like it's just a precautionary measure, to be honest with you. Because he caught his eye got caught pretty badly in there. I believe they're gonna have to do some treatment on it. To be fair, yeah, he's got a bit of swelling around his eye and stuff like that, and I feel like yeah, it's just he's got I think he's got a bit of a black eye. Yeah, so they it's a precautionary measure. Just don't want any issues as a head injury, so had to take him off. But it's what it is. Ollie brought this toxic cloud over the cloud. We'll be fine soon enough. We just need to get a new gaffer in and realize it's going to be another project. We'll take time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and that's the issue here. I feel like there's no short term fix. You got to look at it in two phases: short to medium term, then medium to long term. Short to medium term, at this moment in time, the way the club operates, it's going to be an interim till the end of the season, and you're going to have to endure that. Depending on who it's going to be, is it going to be Michael Carrick and McKenna, or are they going to actually bring in somebody to do the interim job? You know, like a Gus Hiddink, you know, or Laurent Blanc or Ranić. If they don't get their number one target, which it looks like it's going to be Zinedine Zidane, and then yeah, I'm not too sure what's going to happen there. Then medium to long term, you're at the end of the season and in the summer, um, in the end in the summertime, then what's going to happen is you're going to have the option to take on to have more options in terms of managers available. So a Brendan Rodgers, a Ten Hag, um, and who was the other manager they had on their radar? Pochettino. So that's what we're potentially waiting for. So obviously yes, it's not gonna be a quick fix because in the summertime there's gonna be a change in the squad, the personnel. You know, obviously Lingard will be gone, Pogba will be gone, Cavani will be gone, and then potentially other players who may feel like they don't want to be a part of the team anymore. And then maybe even players that if the new manager comes in says he doesn't want to work with and wants to get rid of. So that's potentially the situation we're going to be in. Yeah, it was a black eye. Like yeah, there's a serious clash of heads there. He had to come off. You know, so that's the issue we have. Yeah, that clash of heads was pretty bad. He's come off. Hopefully he hopefully he's all right. Like hopefully nothing serious has happened from that clash of heads. It was pretty bad. Skriniar's come back onto the pitch. He seemed fine, but yeah, Osimhen got the worst of that. Yeah, but structure is the main thing. No structure for means many more years of crap. So we need to start with a new DAF, and that's the problem. That's the problem, though. Realist, like basically, we've only implemented this new structure of Fletcher and Murto in what was it? It wasn't this summer. It was probably the summer just before the summer started. So you know, I can't see us now saying, you know what, we're gonna now bring in a new DOF and we're gonna create a new structure. I just can't see it happen. I feel like this is what we have. Um, this is the structure we have. Basically, we're just going to be doing this, but I feel like it's about getting the right managerial appointment first. Do you know what I mean? If you get the right managerial appointment first, then that might set the stall out to make sure that the other side of it gets done correctly. Because if the manager comes in and he's demanding all of these types of players, then all of a sudden, yeah, there's a big clash. The club can't just sack him. They're going to have to listen to him. And that's what we're hoping for. Do you know what I mean? Because the club in itself, the people on the board, they don't see it. So maybe they need somebody that comes in from outside and is demanding all of these things and saying, well, look, you haven't got these things in place. So what do we do? And then the club will have to now openly listen to that manager who they can't sack because you've gone and sacked another four managers now. It's four now, isn't it? David Moyes, Mourinho, Louis van Gaal, and Oli Solskjaer. You can't now sack another one who you would have went and have a pay compensation for or whatever to bring in to come and now transform the team again, and he's asking for X, Y, and Z, and you're not giving to him, and he's questioning you why, you have to listen to him. But it is what it is. What happened on the days? They're still begging they're still begging Woodward to stay. That's the worst part. Yeah, it's true. It's a bit of a low in the game after the clash of heads, but hopefully we can pick this back. We can pick up back up. And there's Martinez now. Burn them two clowns. They don't know about being a DOF. Out of control. Boy. And that's the thing, man. I don't know. Because those two have been brought in to be the technical side of the footballing side, and they both don't know what they're doing, but the club have employed them because they know how to control them. It's a power structure. Anguissa. Anguissa again. Di Lorenzo. There's Lozano now. Anguissa. Pops it into Zielinski. Oof. Into on the break with Correa now. Barella is opening up space for him. Pass it to Barella. Well, he passes it into Martinez. He shoots. He scores! Inter, 3-1 up. Lautaro Martinez with a goal. Open up beautifully on the counter-attack. Open up beautifully on the counter-attack there. Correa had the ball. Had Barella on the left-hand side. Feeds it into on the right-hand side to Martinez. Martinez gets the touch. Creates space for himself. Hits it into the bottom corner of the net. Pass Ospina. And it's 3-1 to Inter Milan. 60 minutes gone. Boy, that looks like game for me, man, because Osimhen was the big worry. Now they haven't got that target man up front. Good play from Correa there, man. He made the right choice into Lautaro Martinez. He could have used Barella if he needed to as well. But Lautaro Martinez, 55 goals for Inter. He's definitely onside. There's no offside there. But literally came off the edge of off of their own box. Napoli had a shot and it ricochets into the path of Correa. Barella opens up wide. The defenders were confused. Boom, into Lautaro Martinez, right into the bottom corner of the net. Pass Ospina, 3-1 to Inter Milan. Boy, that's what it is. It's how quick it is. How quickly football can turn, man. No, I don't want managers wanting players that they don't fit. We need the UF to pick the right manager to suit what we want. And if that shit helps, well, the thing about it is that's what they're going to be tasked with. That's what Fletcher and Kalinoglu's and has come off, and Correa has come off for Arturo Vidal and Edin Dzeko. Yeah, I feel like it's the thing about it depends on the direction we're going now, because we've been screaming the United DNA, then you've just sacked the DNA. So what is the direction now? Because United's direction has changed over the last 3 years under Oli. We started off wanting a British core of players, but as soon as we signed, here's Barella now on the attack. As soon as we signed Bruno Fernandes, that British core stuff went out the window. We were trying to sign players between the ages of 21 and 24, but then you sign Cavani, so that kind of goes out the window. Like, it's very interesting. At the end of the day, like, there is no direction. I mean, Rafael Varane became available in the summer. We went for him. He's 28 years old. There's no planning behind that. You can't plan behind something like that. So it's just interesting. It's just what is the direction that the club want to go in? Are they going to go with the innovative young coach in Ten Hag? Are they gonna use the academy well? Are they going to create a pathway so that he can use some of these good youngsters because he would prefer to work with young players as opposed to you signing him a Cavani out of nowhere that he won't need, or would he even want him? Do you know what I mean? There's Patenga now. Switches play. Can Napoli get back into this? Their unbeaten run or unbeaten start to the league is under threat right now. Losing 3-1 to Inter Milan. Spalletti is not happy. Boy. He or Poch is the right man for the Glazers. They don't need much money. It's true. Poch and Ten Hag are probably the right type of people. That's why they looks like they've got the admirers of the board. Which it depends. I don't know, what the best option is. I just want on the pitch. What I want to see is good football. That good football that and then also having a manager who knows how to do things in game when things aren't going right. That's their bread and butter, to try and change it to make sure that things do go right. Because there's going to be situations where we're going to be losing games, we're going to be drawing games where we need a goal to get back into the game or to win the game. And you need a manager that's going to be able to make the substitutions, the tactical tweaks to be able to do that. That's what I want. I want like at the end of the day, I feel like Oli went wrong when he stopped risking, when he went away from what he wanted to do, which was that fast, free flow and attacking football, having a team that worked hard off the ball. Once he went away from all of that, it was finished for him. If you have a certain philosophy and ideology and you believe in it, if you don't stick to it, you're done. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah, Poch, I agree. Poch and Ten Hag are probably the board's choice because they're not going to come in there and demand stupid amounts of money. They'll be happy to work with the young players and whatever players we have at our disposal that fit with what they want to do. So, it is what it is. Napoli on the attack into the safe hands of Handanovic. Napoli's momentum has been stunned. Obviously, the injury to Osimhen, the clash of heads with Skriniar, he's come off. And Lautaro Martinez with that goal now to take a 3-1 lead and give a 2-goal cushion into Inter. Here's Dzeko now. Switches play over to Perisic. He's got Barella outside if he needs him. Here's Barella. There's Bastoni now. Skriniar. Who's injured there? Is it Dzeko? Who's down injured? Yeah. Might have been something off the ball. Let's have a look. Yeah, he ran into who did he run into? Defender for that was a good goal from Martinez there. What was the Spurs score, guys? Did Spurs win? Let me have a look. Yeah, Spurs won. Inter now pressing. Oof. Yeah, I think Inter gonna win this game now, just because Napoli just seem shocked by that injury to Osimhen. They've not dominated the ball in the second half, which they needed to do because they didn't have much of the ball in the first. I'm not too sure what the game plan was from Spalletti. And it's foul by Anguissa on Barella. Barella's been buzzing. He's been everywhere. Good player for Inter. Yeah, Spurs. I thought Spurs would win. Leeds have been struggling, so I'm not surprised about that at all. There's Perisic now. Gonna feed into Barella. Barella's gonna try and feed back. He's lost the ball. There's Di Lorenzo into Lozano, trying to work the space. Here's Zielinski. Tried to cross the ball in, but gives it away. Vidal, Brozovic, Barella. Probably going to give it back to or into Vidal now. Nope. And the ball's gone out. Vidal should have. Vidal was probably going to come to United under Van Gaal, man. It didn't happen though, because they said they were worried about the knee injury. Ooh, Perisic, open up space. Ooh, shot on target. Didn't really trouble Ospina, but that was nice from Perisic there to just get past his man to open up space for him. Into dictating heavy now, 100%. Napoli shot don't know how to react. It's true, man. Like I'm just watching it. I'm just saying to myself, they really need to take a grip of the midfield. They've not done that at all in the second half. We've got 20 minutes to go. They've not imposed themselves at all. And Anguissa is the guy that's in that midfield. I don't understand. He's got the energy to be traveling with the ball. He should be picking up from deep and driving into the midfield to create more opportunities for Zielinski and some of their forward players, but it's just not happening for them in the second half. They're on the attack right now. Here's Lozano into Anguissa. Here's Di Lorenzo now. Lozano again. Switch the play. He needs to switch the play. It's too congested in the middle. They switched it now. There's Insignia to Ruiz. And there's Koulibaly. He looks like he's doing the driving. Here's Di Lorenzo. Gets fouled. No? Yeah, it's fouled. Fouled by Perisic. Just clipped him. Why is the camera not flipped off display? I've seen him a couple of times, but yeah, it's mainly been on Simeone. I feel like Simone Inzaghi, because he's been remonstrating on the touchline, just really having a go at his players, making sure that they stay in position. Spalletti's, they're showing him right now, he's a very silent character. Like he's not saying nothing at all. He looks shocked. He looks shocked himself to see his team getting absolutely battered right now. Here's Zielinski with the ball into clear. Vidal with a tackle. I believe on Koulibaly, he's been booked. Yeah, as on Koulibaly, he's been booked. Probably a very unnecessary tackle, but he just kicked him anyway. Crazy. Just under 20 minutes to go. 3-1 into lead against Napoli. Napoli's unbeaten run looked like it's about to go. Unless Napoli can get a goal back and make it a very tense finish. There's Zielinski again. He loses the ball. Inter on the break now. Barella. Darmian. Nice play from Darmian and Barella on that right-hand side. Barella probably is a bit too eager to try and put the ball forward. Yeah, they got a bit of an overload on this left-hand side. There's Anguissa, Zielinski, Insignia, Di Lorenzo. Out to Lozano. Can he cross? Oof. And nope. That's a goal kick to Inter. A couple substitutions to happen for Napoli right now. Dries Mertens due to come on. And Elmas, Lozano, and Insignia coming off. And looks like there's going to be a substitution for Inter as well. Galladini and DiMarco coming on for Lautaro Martinez and Barella. Boy, can they do it? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, bro, I'll be on there. I'll jump on there, man. It's only right, innit? Obviously, with the whole Ollie news and all of that. I'm gonna let some people do their thing first, innit? I need to get something to eat, but I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna jump on still. I'm gonna jump on still. So I'm gonna see you there. I'll see you there. There's Perisic. There we go. There's Bastoni now. Brozovic. Nice play from Brozovic, man. Under pressure from Mertens, but still was able to release the ball. And then Arturo Vidal does something stupid, gives the ball up and puts the ball out of touch, into touch, throw into Napoli. He apologizes. 15 minutes to go. There's Di Lorenzo now. Almost outside of him. Let's see what's going to happen now. We've got just under 15 to go. Can Napoli get a goal back and make this a tense finish to try and protect their unbeaten start to the season? Inter look comfortable right now. They've taken off two of their players of this game. Lautaro Martinez with a goal, and Barella's been involved in a lot of the build up to those goals as well. Played well today. Let's see what happens. Elmas now. Di Lorenzo. Anguissa. Needed to impose himself on this game. Had his shirt tugged there by Bastoni. Trying to get the ball off him. So throw into Inter Milan. Anguissa's not been great. Yeah, I feel like both sides are pretty dead right now. I feel like Inter have pretty much sealed this win. But you never know, man. One quick goal and all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? It's 3-1 to Inter, Brad. Goals from Kalinoglu, Lautaro Martinez, and who scored the other one? Perisic from the corner. And then for Napoli, it was Zielinski who scored. Napoli actually took the lead in the first half. So it is 3-1 Dzeko FC. Man who violated us in 2012. He was underrated for Man City, to be honest. He helped them get to that point. I feel like, to that first Premier League title. He helped a lot during that season. Or on their way to that anyway. There's Anguissa now. Inter trying to get away. They lose the ball. There's Mertens. Ooh! What a goal! What a goal from Dries Mertens. Puts Napoli right back in it. 10th finish now. They got to protect this unbeaten run to the start to the season. What a goal from Dries Mertens there. Picks the ball up. There was a bit of a confusion with Dzeko. He couldn't get out and play the ball. He gives the ball away to Dries Mertens. He gets a little bit of space and just hits it past Handanovic in the goal. Let's have a look at it again. Good interception by Koulibaly and boom. Woo! What a goal from Dries Mertens. Oh, keeper out of position. Did he foul him? Wow. The cameras just didn't. The cameras didn't even pick this up. Wow. Ospina is out on the floor. He looks out cold. There was another clash of heads. So ball up to Dzeko. Ospina and Dzeko clash heads. Because Ospina couldn't touch the ball, so he had to go for it. Defenders were in no man's land. It looks like something has happened. Somebody's bleeding. Somebody's been cut. Ospina had a bit of a delayed reaction, and then he kind of dropped to the floor. One of his teammates were there just to make sure that he didn't swallow his tongue. But what a goal from Dries Mertens. He just picks his spot, top corner of the net. Boom! Pass to Handanovic. What a goal. Great interception from Koulibaly. He was just pressing forward, gets the ball off of Dzeko. Dries Mertens picks up the ball, gets a touch, and then just pings it, top corner of the net. Pass Handanovic. Nothing he could do about it. Boy, it's crazy. Yeah, his header set up the ground moment. We don't need to mention that. But it was good. They wouldn't have the hope to push on. Yep. Dries Mertens. As I told you, it could go 3-3. It could be. It could be. Oh, I mean, not 3-3. I thought 3-2, but hey, they're back in the game now. Clash of heads. Yeah, there's another clash of heads, man. But they didn't show the passage of play. I only saw it on the replay, innit? So hey, but we're right. Hey, they're right back into this game, man. 10 minutes to go. Can Napoli snatch the point that they need to continue their unbeaten start to the season and keep it as a 7-point gap between themselves and Inter? Or can Inter hold on and make it 4 points? 4 points. Cut the lead to 4 points. Sorry, Ospina's still down. Okay, yeah, I thought his nose was bleeding, but he's just got a cut. He's got a cut on his head from that clash. I thought it was a nosebleed. I thought it hit him in the nose, but no, it was just the side of his head. Just got a clash. He's been cut. They're wrapping up his head. They're wrapping up Dzeko's head as well. I think Dzeko was also cut as well from that clash. I don't know if this is the right protocol, with the head clashes, but Napoli. I mean, I feel like both of them have one sub left. I think, or no. I think they've got. Yeah, I think they've all used their subs. To be fair, so it's interesting. But yeah, both of these guys had their heads wrapped, so hopefully they're okay, and they don't have any extra effects off after that head clash. Yeah, he's being asked if he's okay. Ospina says yes, so it looks like they're okay to continue. Yeah, Koulibaly just saying, "Are you all right?" He's saying, "Yeah, I'm cool." I mean, yeah, and we're back on the way. 8 minutes to go, plus added time. Inter lead 3-2. Dries Mertens pick that one out, top corner of the net, past Handanovic to give them an opportunity to try and get a equalizer into this game. Napoli are G'd up. Inter maybe pulled the plug a bit too early by taking off Lautaro Martinez and Barella, two players that have done very well. Is that a mistake from Inzaghi? Let's see. Koulibaly now. There's Martins. Ooh, Martins. Ooh. Oh. Anguissa, ball over the no, that was Zielinski, sorry. Ball over the top. Martins missed the first one, had another opportunity there, just was stretching to try and get the ball, and Zielinski over the top. Oh, really? I didn't know. I've not seen it. I've not seen it. What happened to the Kings? Did they lose last night? I don't know. I wasn't really following. I watched the Celtics go back to back against the against OKC. We won that game just. We're 9-8 now, but I haven't really seen much. A second, but yeah, couldn't switch feet. Yeah, he couldn't do that. Yeah, he had that first chance he missed, and then you know he just wasn't able to get his feet adjusted to be able to make the next one. I think Inter are under pressure now. They got to try and seal this game off. But can they, by doing that, trying to seal this game and getting that extra goal, will they leave themselves exposed in behind? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what's going to happen here. There's DiMarco with the throw in into Bastoni. DiMarco fouled. He lost by 18. Always pick the best match. But yeah, trust me. Like I'm careful about. I mean, I could do every United game, but it's just yeah, it's not. Obviously, the last 2 months have been hell to watch the games. To be honest, so basketball, of course, I'm trying to pick the right games, the right teams, and then obviously all the other type of football that I'm trying to do. I'm just going to pick these. Yeah, big up Jizzy Des in the building. Makes his appearance. Ooh. I'm eating good today. I'm not feeling sad about the Ollie interview. I've not seen the Ollie interview, by the way. I'll give it a watch later on. He had to do it. Well, he did a farewell interview. Yeah, interesting. They don't give managers farewell interviews. So the fact that they gave him one is interesting. They've had to do this pretty swiftly. But yeah, I'm gonna have a look at this farewell interview and see what he said. I mean, to be honest, it's gonna be the same old nonsense that we kind of hear, but it is what it is. 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes to go. Can Napoli get? Can they get? Can they do what they need to do? Come on, come on, come on. Love to see the support between the guys whenever they come through in the chat. Can Napoli get the equalizer that they need to stay unbeaten in Serie A this season? Let's see, man. And Guisa now. He needs to drive with that ball through midfield. Come on. Look what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing, man. Like, you haven't got the attributes to be a playmaker from there, man. You're like an 8, bruv, a driving 8. You need to be. There's Di Lorenzo now into Elmas. Di Lorenzo. They're showing King Cantona on MB CSN. Come on, the King. Cantona was a baller, man. Oh my days. What are Napoli doing? Spalletti should be going mad at them. And Guisa gives the ball away again. As I told you, that was the key for Napoli. But Dries Mertens thought he won the ball. He's gone for his man though, giving away a foul. New coach needs to sack the remaining coaching team is left. Yeah, if that potentially could happen. I mean, I just don't want to see Carrick or McKenna stay on if a new manager is appointed. That's the danger. That's the worry we have. They'll bring their own backroom stuff. Perisic coming off for Satriano. I guess, to come and close out the game. Wide man. Just to provide a bit of energy. Napoli need a goal. They need to put the ball on the floor and move it forward. There's Anguissa now. There's a lot of space in midfield for him there. Into Elmas. Di Lorenzo on the overlap. He's coming through. Decoy run. Pass the ball. Pass it to Elmas, needs to pass it. Oh, Zielinski couldn't sort his feet out. Darmian clears out for a throw in. They need to protect this lead. Inter. But Napoli are on the attack. Can they get it? Can they get that equalizer? Here's Elmas now. Di Lorenzo on the overlap. Back to Elmas. Anguissa's free there. Gives the ball to Mertens. Mertens seems, yep, he's fouled. He's fouled. Bastoni throws the ball away in frustration. Can Napoli, it's not the last chance in the game, but we're just before the 90 now. This is an opportunity here. Good ball in, and with the big man from the back coming up. Zielinski to take it. Mario Rui as well on the ball. I'm so happy Donny outlasted that pagan Ollie. Hey, as it's people have been saying, man, poetic justice. Him scoring the final goal of Ollie's reign. Crazy. Donny Stick. Good ball. Ooh. Vidal. Dzeko. Dzeko's at right back. He should be up front. Donny Stay, please. He's finally going to get his chances now. Yeah, he will. 8 minutes of added time. So we've got some time here. The clash of heads, obviously, with there was a couple of clashes of heads in the second half. So they've added on 8 minutes. Can Inter hold on, or can Napoli snatch that equalizer? Let's see. There's Mertens now. Anguissa turns, feeds the ball to Elmas. Di Lorenzo on the overlap. Can Di Lorenzo put a good ball in? Mertens! Oh! Sorry, it was Rui. Sorry, it was Marco Rui. But jeez, Handanovic with a save. I thought that was in. He was free. Good header. Good save from Handanovic. Tips it over the bar. We caught it low and it just went over the bar. Crazy, crazy passage of play. As I said, 8 minutes of added time left. Corner to Napoli right now. Oof. There's Mertens now. With the corner. What's happened? Offside. Or no, I think the ball went outside before coming back in. Yeah. What a save from Handanovic. Gets low. It was bounced straight. It bounced right in front of him. Very difficult for a keeper when the ball bounces right in front of you. Saves it. Oof. Over the bar. Only just. Skin of their teeth, Inter. Good save. He pushed that over the bar after the ball bounced right in front of him. Mario Rui, sorry, with the chance. Yeah, he was really good. That was the chance, yeah. Possibly. There's still time. 6 minutes. There's still time. Potentially, there'll be another chance in there. Yeah, he won them the 3 points. Yeah, he's a vet. Handanovic. He is a vet. Can Napoli snatch this equalizer? There's Mertens with the ball. Handanovic, easy save. Catches that. Eats up a few more seconds there. Napoli's unbeaten start to the season is under threat. Edin Dzeko booked. Napoli give the ball away. They win it back now. There's Rui. Handball. And they're saying he's just been booked. Shouldn't he be getting another yellow? Can Napoli get this equalizer? I feel like they've got it in them. They just need one more chance, a good chance. They're moving the ball well. Oops. Koulibaly now. Here's Koulibaly again. And Guisa tried to feed it into to Rui. Here's Rui again. Zielinski. Here's Mertens. Oh, and Guisa tried to play, but tried to go in between two men. There's Rui again. Good play from him. Feeds it to Koulibaly. He gets fouled by Skriniar. There's an opportunity here now. Free kick to Napoli. Okay, that was where Dzeko was booked. He just kicked the ball away after a free kick was given to Napoli. There's Rui now over the ball. And Zielinski as well. Good ball here, and they could set up another chance. 3 minutes to go before the end of the game. There's Rui. They get the ball out, but into clear. Darmian is on the chase. Ospina had to get there, otherwise Darmian would have been clearly through. It's a tense finish right now. Real tense finish right now. Are they going to take it to the corner? No foul. Koulibaly clears the ball. Napoli need to put the ball down on the ground. Elmas now. Back to Anguissa, who plays the ball forward aimlessly. Inter holding on right now. Napoli trying to create that one opportunity that could potentially get them the equalizer. Here's Anguissa into Di Lorenzo. Anguissa again. Back heel into Di Lorenzo. Creates the chance. Elmas. Ooh. They go again. Here's Anguissa again. Ooh. Gets past a couple, man. Crosses the ball. Mertens! Oh! Mertens should have scored there. That was the chance. Great play from Anguissa. Spins away from a couple of man. Gets through them and just puts in the early cross. Boom! So much space for Dries Mertens, and he just, he kept that down. It's in. Just hit it with too much power. And it was a bit aimless as well. Maybe leaning back a little bit. That's why it went over the bar. But that was it, man. That was their chance. And it looks like Inter are going to see this out, get the win, and cut that lead at the top of the table from Napoli to 4 points. And also take away that unbeaten record from Napoli at the start of this season in Serie A. And it looks as if Inter are right back into the title race in Serie A. 10 seconds to go. Can they create this chance? I don't think so. I feel like it's over for them. Let's see. Yep. Yep. And they've done it. Inter have won the game 3-2, only judged by the skin of their teeth. They have won this game. What a good game as well it was. Obviously, the goals for Inter from Kalinoglu, Perisic, and from Lautaro Martinez. And on the Napoli side, it was Zielinski and Dries Mertens coming off the bench, grabbing one. He had a chance to equalize after a cross from Anguissa, but he just did not get it right. He did not get it right, and you can see De Laurentiis. Crazy, 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 crazy game. Just by the skin of their teeth, Inter got away with it. Boy, big game, big game in Serie A. I want to thank everybody that's joined in the chat throughout this game. We've locked in over 2 hours here on Pros Only TV. But yeah, guys, that was a good game. I'm gonna make sure that we try and do at least one of these a weekend. If it's Serie A, League On, and obviously we'll do some more United stuff and probably do some other stuff as well. Basketball watch-alongs is going to be happening again this week. We're running them back up. But yeah, man, this is me. It's Pros Only TV. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, hit that notification bell. Follow the socials coming up next. Inter Milan winning at home at the San Siro against Napoli, 3-2. We are out. Peace.